Welcome back to World Fame Stories, where we unravel the most riveting tales from the lives of celebrities and political figures. Today, we have a story that's shaking up the political landscape as we dive into the leaked emails and texts of J.D. Vance, the GOP vice president pick. These private communications, shared by his former classmate Sophia Nelson, revealed Vance's candid thoughts about Donald Trump, sparking a whirlwind of controversy. Stay tuned as we explore the bombshell remarks that expose a dramatic shift in Vance's political allegiance and the fallout from this explosive revelation. J.D. Vance, the best-selling author of Hillbilly Elegy and now the GOP vice president pick, finds himself in the eye of a storm after a trove of private emails and text messages were leaked by his former Yale Law School classmate, Sophia Nelson. These communications, shared with the New York Times, paint a complex picture of Vance's evolving views on Donald Trump and offer a rare glimpse into his personal and political journey. The leaks reveal that Vance, who is now a staunch supporter of Trump, once held a very different opinion. In a 2015 email, Vance called Trump a demagogue and expressed outrage at his rhetoric, particularly concerning Muslim citizens. This email was in response to Nelson's concern over a mutual friend who no longer felt safe wearing a hijab due to the rising anti-Muslim sentiment. Vance's words were clear and condemning. "I'm obviously outraged at Trump's rhetoric, and I worry most of all about how welcome Muslim citizens feel in their own country." Vance's skepticism towards Trump wasn't limited to his inflammatory comments. In another email, he analyzed Trump's support base, stating, "If you look at the polling, the issue where Trump gets the most support is on the economy. If the response of the media, and the elites of both right and left, are to just say look at those dumb racists supporting Trump, then they're never going to learn the most important lesson of Trump's candidacy." Despite his criticism, Vance admitted to being captivated by Trump's ability to disrupt the political status quo, noting, "I find it exhilarating that the media and Wall Street seem powerless against him." The emails also shed light on Vance's personal conflicts during the 2016 election. While Nelson prepared to campaign for Hillary Clinton, Vance confessed his relief at living in a state where he didn't have to vote for her, as he could never support Trump if it really mattered. He predicted a Clinton victory, calling Trump a disaster and just a bad man. This sentiment was echoed in his reaction to Clinton's basket of deplorables comment, where he wrote a piece for the New York Times, shaped by discussions with Nelson. Vance's words highlighted a deep concern for the racial implications of Trump support, stating, "The more white people feel like voting for Trump, the more black people will suffer." I really believe that. The leaked emails also touch upon Vance's views on law enforcement and racial issues. Following the killing of Michael Brown and the subsequent debates over police body cameras, Vance shared his disdain for the police based on his own negative experiences. He empathized with the struggles faced by Black Americans, remarking, "I hate the police. Given the number of negative experiences I've had in the past few years, I can't imagine what a black guy goes through." His sensitivity to racial injustice was further demonstrated after the Charleston church shooting, where he criticized the continued display of the Confederate flag at the South Carolina State House. Despite their differing political paths, Vance and Nelson maintained a friendship that included personal moments and professional collaborations. Nelson, who is transgender, attended Vance's wedding in 2014 and even discussed starting a podcast together. Their camaraderie was evident in their exchanges, with Nelson humorously responding to an apology from Vance over a misgendered description in his book by suggesting an alternative that no one would understand. Nelson, now a public defender in Detroit, shared these communications to highlight the stark contrast between Vance's past and present political stances. She commented, "He achieved great success and became very rich by being a never-Trumper who explained the white working class to the liberal elite. Now he's amassing even more power by expressing the exact opposite." In response to the leak, a representative for Vance acknowledged his evolving views, stating, "Senator Vance values his friendships with individuals across the political spectrum. He has been open about the fact that some of his views from a decade ago began to change after becoming a dad and starting a family, and he has thoroughly explained why he changed his mind on President Trump. Despite their disagreements, Senator Vance cares for Sophia and wishes Sophia the very best. And that wraps up our deep dive into the leaked emails and texts of J.D. Vance. These revelations have certainly added a new dimension to the narrative surrounding his political career. As we watch how this unfolds, one thing is clear: the path from private conviction to public declaration is fraught with complexities.